Can Batman unravel the Cult of Two and save Harvey Dent from the clutches of its leader, Two-Face? Well, let's hop into the pages of Detective Comics number 1022 and find out together, shall we? So, for those who need a refresher, and I really can't blame you if you do, it feels like it's been forever, Two-Face had seemingly started a brand new cult. They worship the duality of the coin, and every night they decide if they're going to do good things or bad things depending on what head comes up when Two-Face flips it. As a group, the Cult of Two is much more dangerous than Two-Face on his own ever was, and Batman had hoped to root the group out with help from, get this, Harvey Dent. Only when Batman went looking for the cult's lair deep under the Gotham courthouse, he ended up getting himself captured, and now Two-Face has taken this opportunity to monologue. He says that once upon a time he too was like Batman. He had flawed ideas about law and order, truth and justice, and that only now he sees clearly after, get this, ritually scarring the other half of his body, meaning that he's not just Two-Face anymore, he's two-body, two-everything. He's really messed up is what he is. And keeping with his brand new religious theme, Two-Face hopes that Batman too will see the light once he ends up scarring half of his body. And how the Dark Knight ends up getting out of this one is nothing short of amazing. You see, he willingly lets himself get lowered into acid, knowing that it will burn through the ropes that are currently binding him. He then hopes his suit will be strong enough to hold out while he actually tips over the big vat of acid from the inside onto the Cult of Two. Wow, what a Batman move. Everyone else sees a vat of acid, but not this guy though. No, he sees an opportunity. Two-Face survives by getting all of his followers to form a bridge and literally lift him up so only their feet end up getting horribly burnt. Man, you know, that's the thing about cults right there. You make more money as a leader, but you have way more fun as a follower. Batman knows there's not much good left he can do here, so he bat grapples out of there while also leaving the line behind so the other followers can save themselves from the acid. It's clear there's still a lot going on with Two-Face and the Cult of Two that Batman doesn't truly understand, and as such he decides to follow up on a lead from the end of the previous issue, that being that most of the followers of the Cult of Two happen to be prisoners dying of diseases. As a former deceased cultist wife tells Batman her husband got recruited right out of jail when he was dying of cancer, some mysterious figure just scooped him up and said that they would pay for everything so long as he followed the cult. Which Batman and us, the reader, takes to mean that someone very well connected with a ton of resources is actually the real power behind the Cult of Two, but for more information on that, Batman's gonna have to scoop up a member to interrogate. Luckily, tonight the cultists are on the streets doing bad in conjunction with the coin. How bad are we getting here? Well, some of them are planning to blow up a children's hospital, again just because a coin told them to. Luckily, Batman is able to swoop on in and make the save, and even make a ton of new fans of all the sick kids who draw pictures of him. He even gives him a little smile. I like that Tomasi isn't afraid to let Batman smile. Now, the senior member of the cult that Batman managed to scoop on up is more scarred than any of the others, and he has a very interesting story to tell Batman. You see, back in the day, he was living on the street with Versa, basically Two-Face's new right-hand man. One night they were scrounging in the gutter for something to eat when they heard a loud gunshot. Turns out that was the very night that Two-Face had tried to take his own life at the end of the Batman and Robin run that Tomasi had also written. This thug just wanted to rob Two-Face, but Versa actively wanted to save his life. In fact, they decided that they were going to take it a step further, that there's probably a lot of people in Gotham's underworld that would pay big bucks for Two-Face alive. What neither of them could actually ever consider, though, that the person who answered the call was the frickin' Joker, but not just any version of the Joker, the face-cut-off version of the Joker from Death of the Family. You know, I'm not 100% sure if the timeline of these events actually sync up in any meaningful way, but it's such an interesting pull, I'm willing to see where it goes, to be honest. Now, how did the Joker go about saving a life when he's so normally accustomed to taking it? Well, for that, he decided to drag Harvey's almost dead corpse to Dr. Hugo Strange. And it's right around here things really start to get interesting. Strange, with the help of some technology that he ripped off from the Mad Hatter, went about saving Harvey's life, but also seemingly imprinting something on his mind as well. As the Joker puts it, this is part of something much bigger than Two-Face could ever imagine, something that will bring about the end of Batman and the end of masks in Gotham City. But if that was the Joker then, and if he has a part to play in everything that's been going on with the Cult of Two, where is he now? Well, if you've been reading the main Batman book, you'll know he's been getting ready for the Joker War, but right now, as we check on in with him, he's blowing up a part of the city with dynamite. No, not for fun, he actually has a reason for this, as he seems to be breaking into some sort of secret hidden court of Owls chamber as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Detective Comics number 1022, everybody, and I gotta say, I don't know what I was expecting from this story arc, but it continues to totally defy my expectations with every single issue. I know I said it before, but it bears repeating. It's really nice to see Peter Tomasi get to kind of come back to this storyline he started in Batman and Robin all those years ago and give it an actual real conclusion. But then to also take it a step further by saying that Two-Face's attempted suicide was actually part of a much bigger interconnected conspiracy involving the Joker and the Court of Owls. That's pretty wild and pretty creative, and you know what, if I wasn't already super invested in this story before, I totally gotta see where this one is going. Overall, I'd give this one an 8.5 out of 10. This was a real solid issue.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.